I just had to make this video because it gets quite annoying when you see people from out of town and they have no idea about San Diego. They only see it on the Travel Channel. They have no idea, man. These tourists just have no idea, plain and simple. I'm subscribed to a platform here on YouTube. It's called Hoodie from the Hood. And he was showing a video of the part of San Diego that you guys just don't see on TV. And then when you read the comments, it's all these outsiders talking about, oh, stop playing. You know, you guys want to be like LA and, it's just Sea World in the zoo. Dude, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s in Southeast San Diego. Dude, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. I went to Lincoln High, grew up in the Lincoln Park area. You ever see that video by Lil Wayne called Blood Niggas? All them dudes in the green. That's Southeast San Diego. It's where I grew up, right there. Right where they call the four corners of, I don't even like to say that word, but you can look it up. It's liquor stores and taco shops. They call it the four corners of, you do your research. But y'all thinking that San Diego is soft now. I've never gangbanged. I'm not a gang member, never have been. But I grew up around it. I grew up around the biggest dope dealers in San Diego, the biggest gangsters. I'm not going to say no names. But if you look up the 80s and 90s, you'll find some stuff. Now, I literally grew up with these people. Literally. Let me tell you something. I did a video when I first started my platform about this guy I knew. Took a dude up to the Coronado Bridge. Google how high that is. Told him to jump off. Took the dude up there, told him to jump off. Stuff you see in movies. This is real though. Like I said, I've never been a gang member. I don't support gang culture or anything like that. But some of the gangsters that I have known are some of the nicest, most humble people I've met. I don't sense no egos or nothing. So like I said, I'm not condoning it, but to think that San Diego is soft is absolutely insane, man. I could tell you some stories would make the hair on your neck stand up, literally. This is still California. There's nice places in LA too. It's called Beverly Hills. Ours is La Jolla. We got East Lake. There's all kind of nice areas. But don't get it twisted, man. The 80s and 90s were crazy. Check out my West Coast Stories playlist on there and catch up. And California can be kind of like camouflage too, because you see nice lawns and houses that look okay. We don't have no real slums like you used to see in the Bronx back in the 80s. We ain't got that in California. So, you think you're in a nice neighborhood and it's gangbang central. You really had to watch your colors back then, not so much now. But back then, you really had to watch your colors. And I grew up in the blood part of Southeast San Diego. And it just gets annoying when you see people talking from out of town that just don't have a clue what they're talking about. Every city has a good area, but it's crazy when you grew up in crazy situations and people think you came from a silver spoon background. Now, granted, I did end up elevating, lived in a house with a waterfall, San Diego. But I spent most of my time in Southeast San Diego, Chula Vista, lived in Mission Valley across from Qualcomm Stadium where the Chargers used to play before they moved up the freeway. But I just get tired of acting like our city is just summer camp. It's like I moved to Atlanta, but I want to get back to California eventually. And to say people are clueless about the city I grew up in, I lived there 35 years. I'm 52, be 53 in June. For people to think that the city is soft just rubs me the wrong way. It just does, maybe it's just the manly side of me that I just can't stand people thinking my city's soft. And Hoodie from the Hood is showing people, the other side, and you got a lot of people giving dap and saying, oh, I love San Diego, stuff like that. But then you got these people that want to come on there and talk smart and act like it's summer camp. Now I haven't been back to Cali in a while, or Southeast San Diego, but I still have a feeling there's certain parts you definitely don't want to go to. I just don't know what people are thinking. I just don't know. Have you read Dwayne Johnson's book when he was in Miami and he played against San Diego State? Read his book and see what he has to say. He was talking about the heavy gang culture on that field when he was playing the Aztecs. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. So if you don't know what you're talking about, why don't you listen to those that grew up there and some are still there and in that environment? How you going to tell us what it is? That's like me just, like I said, watching TV and looking at LA and they show Beverly Hills, and I'm assuming that's all of Los Angeles is Beverly Hills. You're forgetting about Compton, Watts, Inglewood, South Central, Long Beach. Y'all are forgetting all that just because of Beverly Hills and the Hollywood Hills. Come on, y'all. You guys are the ones in fantasy world. And then when you say your city's hard to act, like, oh man, stop. You guys just want to be like LA. You guys don't want no part of LA. Dude, we ain't never been fearful of LA, man. Never. And we cool with a lot of LA people. And like I said, I've never been a gang member, never gang bang, but I definitely grew up around it and I could tell you some stories. That's why I always say Boys in the Hood is a lot more realistic than Menace to Society. Menace to Society is like the hood on steroids. Boys in the Hood is more what it's really like, in my opinion. Maybe some people disagree based off of their street or where they grew up, but stop thinking San Diego is soft, or you might go down there and be in for a rude awakening. Some of the hardest people I ever met in life. And like I said, I'm 52, be 53 in June. Some of the hardest people I met in life are from Southeast San Diego. The boxer Archie Moore, Southeast San Diego. His son, Billy Moore, used to train me. ABC Gym, look it up. I got his phone number right now. I went to high school with Mitchie Slick, rapper from Southeast San Diego. He's in my yearbook. Check him out. But that's all I just had to say. Maybe it's just the man in me, the testosterone, but I had to let you people know that Southeast San Diego is not soft. San Diego's still America's finest city, if you ask me. It's beautiful. Well, it will be America's finest city when I get back there, but maybe it's on hiatus as far as being America's finest city till I get back. But beautiful place. I used to be a bouncer too in the Gaslamp District. Beautiful place, man. Sometimes I just pull up the streets on YouTube and look at them. I know San Diego so well. I used to drive at night and try to get lost, to try to just see something different. We got beautiful beaches, beautiful people, beautiful women. Far from soft. Far from soft. Anyway, it's the J Roos Theory. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe. The Cash App is $JRoos33. Instagram, the J Roos Theory. My backup platform at WJ. If you want to become a member, hit that join button below. And yeah, if you want to learn about the streets, though, go check out Hoodie from the Hood. Go check out Dusty Vision TV I was on Dusty Vision TV too. Talked a little boxing, talked a little gangster rap and stuff like that. But anyway, you heard of J.O. Felony, the rapper? Another guy from Southeast San Diego. But yeah, I got so many stories I could tell y'all. But check out the ones I do tell in my West Coast stories. Anyway, like I said, it's the J. Roos Theory. Thanks for watching. LSR forever. And be fearless. You gay.